Hi stream. So you guys have probably heard me talk about the new tank a lot at this point. Um, One of the key aspects of the new tank is the special glass I'm using on the front of the tank. So this is so that the camera will have a very clear shot into the tank. It's called Starfire or low iron glass. So I received the first shipment of glass yesterday for the Sump, and what I want to show you guys is the difference between the Starfire glass and regular old tempered glass. I got a couple of demos that are pretty impressive, I think. Alright guys, so what we've got here is two different types of tempered glass. On the left, this is regular tempered glass, just good old tempered. It's nothing special about it. On the right, over here, we have the Starfire tempered glass. So this is low iron glass. They use a special kind of silica that has very, very low amount of iron in it. And the result is what you see here. It's pretty obvious to me. I think that it should be pretty clear on the YouTube as well, but you can see that the left one is much more green than the right one. The right one's just perfectly clear, and the left one has a very distinct greenish tint to it. Now this is just a 1/4 inch piece of glass. So this is not even a thick piece of glass. You can imagine that if this was 3/8, or even a larger, thicker glass, then that effect would be even more pronounced. So if you're looking for a really clear piece of glass for the front of your tank, this is definitely the right way to go. This stuff looks really good. The color of the actual tint of the glass itself, when you're looking through it, is one aspect of it. All right. The second piece is this. Let me show you guys. So if you take the glass, we'll just sit it up like this. Perfect. Okay, now you can see the second aspect of what makes this glass so better is the edge color. So the edge color here, you can see, is just white. It's basically the exact color that's coming down through the length of the glass from this T5 high output 36 inch 10K bulbs. That's what these are. So these are the kind of bulbs that you would use in a cichlid aquarium, certainly an Mbuna aquarium. You use 10K bulbs typically, stuff that's gonna really bring out the oranges and blues and whatnot. So this glass goes really well with that. It looks good. It's clear. It doesn't distract you with a foreign color. The problem with the tempered glass, maybe you like that green, but the problem with the tempered glass is it's just too green. So the aquarium that I keep and maintain on the stream, it has no green fish in it. There's green algae, but green is just not a color that occurs a lot in the Mbunas, the Malawi Mbuna. So we don't like green. The reason why you see this pronounced effect, that edge coloration like that, is because of the way, let me get a good close shot. Because of the way that this is, it's because of the way the edges are done. Now this is another advantage to having someone else having glass professionally cut. So I'm not cutting my own glass for this this aquarium. I actually don't know how, and I'm a little nervous about even trying to cut glass, especially not tempered glass. But I had this glass cut for me by a company called Peninsula Glass, I believe. The website is onedayglass.com. But anyway, they cut it for me, shipped it to me. You can see how clean the edges are. All the way down, it looks just like that. These little edges, these little cut in right here is called a camphor. And so that runs around the edges of all the different pieces that are going to go into the sump that I'm building. This is called a flat grind. A flat grind. There are several different types of edges you can do. You can get a polished edge, which will be just clear. You can get a pencil edge, which is rounded. But this is a flat grind, so the edge of the glass is opaque. It's got this misty kind of feel to it. I think this is really good because number one, I feel like the silicone is going to stick to it really well, and number two, what that does for the glass is it creates. Let me show you this in action. It's really neat. So if we hold the edge of the glass up to the light like that, the focus right here, you can see that it illuminates the entire edge of the piece of glass. It looks really cool. I really like the way that looks. And that's happening because the light is coming down the length of the glass and bouncing off or being reflected off that rough textured edge. If you had a pencil edge with a glossy finish, I don't think the effect would be as pronounced. But I really like that. So you can imagine how this is going to look with 3 Kessels and a whole bunch of 10K LEDs shine on it. The entire edge of the new aquarium will be lit up like this. This really sort of, I really think it's really pretty stark white color. I love it. Now compare that to this, and some of you guys will probably like this. It looks interesting for sure. I just think it's too much. It's too gaudy, you know. You'll see. It is like fluorescent green. I mean, and this is just native iPhone camera. I haven't messed with it or anything. You can see how pronounced the iron is in this tempered glass. So that looks kind of neat. You know, it might be a novelty for someone in an aquarium somewhere, but for me, I really want to keep the aquarium out of it as much as possible. I want the fish. I just want fish. I don't want tank and glass. I'm trying to minimize the impact of the tank itself on what we see on the stream and what we see from outside the tank. So this is I'm only going to use this kind of glass in the tank for you can see the fingerprints too. Look how they show up, that green. I'm only going to use this glass on the bottom, the backs, and in places where we won't see it. The only problem really with this Starfire glass is it's expensive. I think it's about 30% more than what the standard tempered glass costs. Maybe 25-30% more, but I tell you, I really feel like it's worth it. I do. This is I think I might have mentioned this is 1/4 inch. Just to give you an idea. The thicker, if you went 3/8, you'd have even more of that glow effect. It actually might get to the point where there's too much, and you need to, kind of tone it down. Maybe I don't know if a pencil, the pencil edge frosted like this would work the same way. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see it. I might have a couple pieces cut that way and edged with the pencil effect, just to see how it turns out. But anyway, so if in the future, if you're thinking, hey, I need to order some high-end glass for my super expensive once-in-a-lifetime aquarium, now you know the 2 major options that you have. I'm gonna do another video on the company that I bought this glass from. The way you select it, how you pick what glass you want, and how to order it. They're really good. I've had really good luck with the One Day Glass folks. It's expensive. It's really expensive. Shipping is unbelievably expensive, and the glass isn't cheap, but you get what you pay for. This is really nice, and I'm really looking forward to building the sump first, and then the larger 7-foot 187 gallon tank later on. So until then,